Hey guys, welcome to my second video in my series. If you did not see the first video, go to the comment section of this video and find the yoga for beginners. It's a gentle yoga class for beginners. It helps set up the basis of a lot of the common poses that we do in yoga, and it's done very descriptively and at a slower pace to help you pick up anything that you're not familiar with. I also put in the comments a video that I did of just sun salutation A that you can do over and over again until you feel comfortable with that maybe even your step number one before the beginners. Today is going to be probably still about 30-minute class, maybe a little bit longer, and it's going to be a little bit more rigorous than the last one, but it's still not super hard yet. You're going to work up to it. So let's all find our comfortable seat on the mat. We're going to begin feeling our sit bones rooting into the mat, feeling a lengthening of the spine as we lift the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale and drop the shoulder blades back and down. Really just relax here, keeping the eyes closed. We're taking this moment here to let go of all the thoughts of the day. Really making it a mindful practice here to stay present in this moment on the mat, not thinking about things that happened prior to this practice, not thinking about that to-do list you have for after practice. Just settling your awareness on your breath. Noticing on the inhale the air coming into the nose, going down the back of the throat, lifting the collarbones and the chest, expanding the ribs, expanding the belly. Exhaling with the belly dropping, the ribs contracting, the chest with the collarbones falling, pressing up through the throat and out through the nose. Something that I have found helpful to help calm my thoughts in my practice is visually writing it on a post-it. Imagining I'm writing it on a post-it. I set that post-it on the floor next to my mat, and I can grab that post-it when the practice is over and get back to that to-do list. Each time bringing the awareness back to the breath. Imagining sucking your breath through your throat through a straw. Keeping the eyes closed, begin rolling the shoulders. Forwards, backwards, alternating, whatever feels natural in your body. What I mean by that is when I roll my shoulders forward, it feels uncomfortable, it feels unnatural. So I naturally start just rolling them backwards. So whatever's natural to you, that's the direction you want to go in. If you'd like to alternate, you can do that if that feels good. And if rolling them forward feels natural to you, do that, explore, feel it, change it around, see what feels good for you. And finally, dropping the shoulders back and down. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the nose, take right ear to right shoulder. Taking the left hand out to the floor beside you, dropping that shoulder down. Feeling a nice stretch down the left side of the neck. Breathing here. I write you something close. center, bringing the left arm back into your lap. Exhaling your left shoulder, walking the right hand out. And walk that hand out as far as you need to feel that stretch on the right side of the neck. Breathing here. Inhaling it back to center, lifting the arms up to the sky, exhaling the arms behind you, interlocking the fingers, palms together. Option 1, hands staying at the lower back. Option 2, you can take the knuckles to the mat, pulling the shoulder blades together, bring the shoulders back. Option 3, you can lift the arms to the back of the room, back of the mat. Drop the head here, chin to chest. Breathing here. Exhale, releasing it out, scooping out the belly, rounding out the top of the back, hugging that ball, keeping the elbows lifted, and actively pressing the outside of the arms out. Both sides of the arms, feeling that stretch across the top of the back. And once again, taking the arms behind the back, finding that option that feels good for you. And maybe you can lift the arms up, but today your body doesn't need that stretch. It needs to keep the hands in the lower back. Whatever feels good for you in your body today, wherever you are, find that. Breathing here. Exhale, release, hugging the ball. And inhaling it back up to center, coming onto all fours. Wrists and elbows under shoulders, knees under hips. Couple rounds of cat-cow, so tucking the toes, tucking the tailbone in, tucking the chin and rounding out the spine to the ceiling. Actively pressing the hands into the mat, pressing the spine up. On the inhale, take the toes back, tilt the tailbone to the ceiling, drop the belly, take the chin and the gaze to the ceiling, and again, pressing into the mat. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, walking the knees out wide, bringing the big toes together, pressing the hips back and down, taking the forehead to the mat, child's pose. This is your resting pose. Stay here as long as you'd like. Find this pose whenever you need it during class. Stay there as long as you like. Rejoin class when you're ready. Inhaling back up to all fours, realigning the knees under the hips, wrists and elbows under shoulders. Tuck the toes and send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here, so bending one knee and sending the opposite heel to the mat. Stretching out the backs of the legs. And finding stillness, reaching both heels to the mat. Breathing here. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhale, sending the right foot through to meet the right hand. Stepping the left foot up to meet it. Inhaling halfway up. Nice flat back, the gaze is to the floor. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out to the side, up to the sky. And exhale, your hands heart center. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees, planting the hands, and stepping back to your plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here.
Age 70.
Inhales and exhales through the nose.
Age 35. Age 5.
I am very interested in Einstein's brain.
Inhaling the right leg up, stepping it through to meet the right hand. Stepping the left foot to meet it. Exhale, forward fold, and holding here. Equal weight in the heels and the balls of the feet. Relaxing the head. Inhaling halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Shaking the head yes and nodding it no, or shaking it no and nodding it yes. Releasing the neck. And then finding stillness. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Option here to plant the hands and hop back to plank or step. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Stepping the left foot up to meet it. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Exhale, your hands heart center. Bending the knees, sweeping the floor, chair. Take a look down at your knees. Make sure that your knees are not extended out past your toes. So your seat is really reaching back for that imaginary chair. The tailbone slightly tucked under, engaging the core, lifting the chest and the arms and the gaze to the sky. Breathing here. Bringing the shoulders out of the ears. And extend it out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Stepping or hopping back. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg up, stepping it through to meet the right hand. Staying high on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, up, high lunge. Make sure the knee is tracking over the ankle, that your toes are out past your knee. You have a slight tuck of the tailbone to the front of the mat. The back leg's nice and strong, no bend in the knee. The shoulders are back and down. You're breathing here. And exhale, lower. Inhale, stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling the left leg up, stepping it through to meet the left hand. Inhale, up, high lunge. Breathing here. And exhale, lower. Inhale, stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathing here. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Sweeping it through to meet the right hand. Spiral the back foot 45 degrees. Keep the right hip in. Inhale the arms up, warrior one. The right knee is tracking over the right ankle. Both of your pelvic bones are facing forward. So we're not aligned sideways. We're forward. Slight tuck of the tailbone forward. Core is engaged. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are back and down. Nice strong arms. Breathing here. As your legs get tired, that back foot is going to roll in. Start pressing the outside of the outside edge of that foot, the back edge, and exhale, lower. Inhale to plank, exhale, lower, chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Inhaling your left leg up, sweeping it through to meet the left hand, spiraling the back foot 45, inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, step it back to plank. Take the knees down out wide, big toes together, pressing back, child's pose. Take this moment here to connect with your breath. Nice control, inhales and exhales through the nose. Coming up to all fours. Wrists and elbows under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck the back toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg up, sweeping it through to meet the right hand. Spiraling the back foot till it's parallel to the back of the mat. Keeping the right hip in so it's not jutting out, keeping it in. Windmilling the hands up, warrior two. Always knee tracking over the ankle, tailbones tucked under, core is engaged, chest is lifted, shoulders are back and down. Your front arm is actively being pulled to the front of the mat, back arm actively being pulled to the back of the mat. Really feeling a stretch in the arms. Breathing here. Up. Taking the back arm and resting it on the lower back, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Keeping that bend in the front knee, using your core to keep you stabilized. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, windmilling down, rotating to the ball of the back foot, stepping it back to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling the left leg up, sweeping it through to meet the left hand, spiraling the back foot, windmill up, warrior two. And exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhaling up, warrior two. Exhale, windmilling down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathing here. Inhale the right leg up. Sweep it through to meet the right hand. Staying high on the ball with back foot. Inhale up, high lunge. Back leg is nice and strong. What I mean by that is, take a look at the screen if you're not looking. I don't want to see any of this. Back leg is nice and strong. The heel's lifted. We're pressing out of the back of the knee. Exhale, lowering the hands to the inside of the right foot, dropping the pelvis, lifting the chest. What I like to see here is a nice flat back. We really cheat ourselves out of a stretch when we're like this. If you drop the pelvis and lift the chest, lengthen the spine, you'll feel a good stretch down the left hip flexor. Option here to take that back knee down, send the toes back. If you take that option, challenge yourself, drop the pelvis a little more, lift the chest a little bit higher. Keep this leg in. We cheat if we go like this because that makes it a little bit easier to keep it in. And begin to rock it back, rock the hips back. Two options here. If you're a runner and you have tightness or pain in your shins, keep your toes down. Feel the stretch down the front of the leg. If you have tight hamstrings, lift the toes. Drop it back. Feel the stretch down the back of the legs. Again, here we're trying to keep the spine nice and long. So you're cheating if you're going like this. The head's lifted, the chest is lifted, the seat's dropping. Rocking it back forward. Bending the back toes, stepping high into the ball of the back foot. Stepping it back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling the left leg up, sweeping it through to meet the left hand. Staying high on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, up, high lunge. Exhale, lower the hands to the inside of the foot. Walk that foot out if you need to. Drop the pelvis. Lift the chest. The back leg's still lifted, still nice and strong, lifting out of the back of the knee. The heel is lifted. And now taking the back knee down, sending the toes back, dropping the pelvis a little more, lifting the chest a little bit more. Rocking it back, keeping the toes planted or lifting the toes wherever you feel you need to stretch. Rocking it back forward. Tucking the back toes, stepping high into the ball of the back foot. Inhale, stepping it back to plank, and just exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhaling the right leg up, sweeping it through to the outside of the right hand, and left foot to the outside of the left hand. If you don't make those in one step, that's okay. Make several steps. Toes slightly pointed out, heels in. Begin dropping your hips down into a squat. So everybody's squat looks very different. Some people, this is as far as you're going. Some people may be high on the balls of their feet. Some people may be flat-footed. Wherever you are, find that position. And if it's available, take the elbows to the inside of the knees. Pressing the hands together at the heart. Closing the eyes. Resting your awareness on the breath. As you sit here and you feel the pose get harder, make sure that you're still breathing here, that you're not holding the breath. And slightly lean forward, planting the hands on the mat. Lift the hips up and back. Give your legs a little shake. We're going to take one more round of our squat, so if you're quite uncomfortable and you want to reposition your feet, you can do that now. And when you're ready, dropping back down into your squat. If it's available, bring the hands together at the heart. once again, taking the hands to the mat. Inhaling the hips up, shaking it out. Planting the hands, stepping back to your plank. Option to take your chaturanga here or press back, downward facing dog. Yogi's choice. Breathing here. Exhale, sending the right knee to the right wrist, finding your pigeon. Again, in my first video, I gave a little, adjustment cue for pigeon. Right knee is towards the right wrist. The right foot is either close to your groin or close to your left hand. We are not sitting on our foot. It is inside or opened out. Slide the back leg back. Do not roll over onto that right hip. Sitting on that right hip's not pigeon, that's cheating. You're not getting that stretch here in the left hip flexor. So you're rolling over, and if you are not flexible enough to have your leg down this much, that doesn't mean roll over onto the right hip. It just means that you stay higher until you can bring it down. Staying off that right hip. And if you're feeling comfortable, if you're feeling ready, you can fold forward onto the forearms. You can lay flat. Sometimes people like to stay high and press that left thigh into the mat, the left knee, pressing up, feeling that stretch in that hip flexor. Find what works for you. Find where your body feels that it needs the stretch. Close the eyes. Rest the awareness on the breath. Notice any subtle sensations that you feel in your body as you hold this pose. We'll hold this pose longer than any of the other ones. Maybe you feel a tingling sensation in the front leg. Don't hold on to that. Just notice it. Come back to the breath. Noticing those subtle feelings in the body but not being attached to them. And inhale, coming up to the hands. Tucking the back toes and scooching yourself onto that front leg for some leverage. Inhaling that front leg up, taking it up to the sky, shaking it out, getting some blood flow in it. Exhaling it down to the mat. Inhaling the left leg up, and exhale, sending the left leg through, finding your desired pigeon. Inhaling up to the hands, tucking the back toes, scooching forward, inhaling the left leg up to the sky, shaking it out, taking it down to the mat, taking your knees down to the mat, coming down onto your seat, and rolling back down onto your back, gently bringing the knees into the chest, We're not hugging them into the chest, we're just bringing them in gently. Gently into the chest, maybe rolling side to side if that feels good. Just allowing your back to have a moment here after all the hustle and bustle of the practice to get used to the hard floor. Taking your arms out to the side like a T, dropping your knees to the right, your gaze to the left. Breathing here. Inhaling your knees to center, giving your back a moment to adjust, realigning it, recentering it. And when you're ready, dropping your knees to the left, taking your gaze to the right. If you need to take your left hand and relax on your legs to help hold them down, you can do that. If you're like up here because you can't relax them all the way, straighten your legs. Even if they're almost all the way straight, find it to where you can let them relax. Allowing the lower back to relax. Both shoulders are flat on the mat. Breathing here. Inhaling the knees to center. Letting the back adjust. Straightening the right leg. Hooking the left foot and the bend of the right leg. Dropping it over to the right. Your arms are out like a T. Your gaze is to the left. Both shoulders are on the mat. If that top leg is uncomfortable, rest your hand on it. So let your leg press against your hand. In all of my yoga classes, I do pigeon and these few spinal twists at the end.